When you submit an article to a journal, the first thing that happens is that the editor or an editorial team will make a preliminary assessment. If they decide to proceed with an article, it will be sent out for peer review. Major journals will always do at least 2 and sometimes 3 or 4 reviews to determine whether they want to publish an article. And what comes back from these is almost always some suggestions for revision. So what kind of questions does the editor ask the reviewer to consider? Well, fundamentally, there's a series, and it would be things like, what kind of contribution does the article make, or does the author make in this piece? Does it change what was known previously? What is the argument that's advanced by the author? And does the material in the article support that argument? Is the data appropriate? Are the sources appropriate? Would you like to flag any ethical issues? Is the writing clear, and did you spot any serious mistakes? Now, referees don't always agree, and sometimes they disagree very strongly. You get one referee saying, this is a wonderful piece, you should publish it straight away, and another referee will say, this needs a huge amount of work. So what happens then? Well, there are 2 possibilities. Sometimes one report is much more persuasive than another. And in that case, the editor may just decide, I will agree with the more persuasive report. And what makes a report persuasive? The degree to which the referee has engaged with the material. The degree to which the referee speaks specifically about points made in the article. Alternatively, the editor might call for a 3rd report. The outcome of this is likely to be a letter of rejection or a letter that says, please revise and resubmit. People tend to misinterpret letters that say revise and resubmit and think of it actually as a rejection. It's not the right way to view that. If an editor says, please revise and resubmit, the editor is saying, we would like to publish this piece. We see problems with it. But if you correct those problems, if you make changes, then we would definitely be interested in publishing. So it's not a rejection. It feels bad, though, because you've worked hard, you've put together your ideas, and now somebody is telling you there's something wrong with them. And the first thing you're probably going to do is be hurt or be angry. And the smart thing to do at that point is that you set aside the letter, you wait 2 or 3 days, and then you go back and you read it calmly and decide which of those suggestions seem useful and which that you might want to follow and which ones you just don't accept. You can talk with an editor at that stage about what you're doing. You don't have to just follow exactly what the referees have suggested. And the editor will tell you, I think these things are really important, and then these other things you can consider, you might want to do them or you might not. And so you make your choice, then it goes back to the editor. Now, revise and resubmit has 2 channels that it can go along. And one channel is minor revisions. The other is major revisions. And the editor should tell you which of those channels you're in. If it's minor revisions, you're almost assured of publication. If it's major revisions, the chances are good that you're going to have your paper refereed yet again, and then you'll receive additional reports and additional suggestions. But that's the process. Don't think of revise and resubmit as a rejection. Good luck.